Hello again. The purpose of this tutorial is to demonstrate how to create a 2D drawing of this Geneva wheel and then convert it into a solid model. Please remember, there's always more than one way to do anything. My method of drawing with AutoCAD may seem unusual, but it has worked for me for the past 20 years, so please stay tuned. What you are looking at is my 2D drawing and solid model in Paperspace. The first thing I'll do is erase both the large and small viewport. You can see that the drawings disappear from Paperspace. All that remains are two rectangles which I drew previously to serve as templates for when I redraw the viewports later on. To get into Model Space, I'll click the Models button. Notice that the drawing still exists in Model Space even though erased in Paperspace, and that I split the screen into two vertical viewports so that there will be room to redraw the solid model on the right-hand side. I created the two viewports so that you can see the original drawing on the left and better understand how I'm going to create the solid model. First, I'll create a new layer, call it Solid, and make it current. Then I'm going to create two concentric circles. The larger one will have a diameter of 3.06 and the smaller one a diameter of 0.46, and I'll add center lines. I want to rotate the top vertical line to the left, so I'm going to select it and select the center of the circle as the baseline and rotate it 30 degrees. I'll want to use the rotate command again, but this time I'll type -30 so as to have the line be rotated clockwise. And now I'll offset this line in the up direction 1.78. Where the two lines intersect, I'll draw a circle with a radius of 0.59. And now I'll select that circle and break it with the first point at this intersection and a second at that intersection. And again I'll break the large circle with the first point at this intersection and then at that intersection. And with the offset command set at 0.09, I'll offset the line here and here in two directions. Then I'm going to draw another concentric circle with a diameter of 1.74, and then trim from that line and also erase the circle just drawn. And then put a fillet or a full radius at the end of the two parallel lines. And then, going counterclockwise, I'm going to break the big circle and use fillet radius 0 to clean up a couple of intersections and to remove any unnecessary lines. Finally, I'm going to use the array command. I'll select polar array, select the object, that group there, select a center point, which will be the center of the circle, change the item to 6, say OK. And at this time, I'll erase the center lines. In order to extrude this Geneva wheel, it will be necessary to make the outer perimeter a single continuous polyline, and I will use the polyline edit or PE command to achieve that. And finally, the Geneva wheel is created, but at this time I'm going to combine both viewports and create one viewport out of them. Having finished the solid model, I want to get back to Paperspace to view the drawings properly and make the drawing ready for printing, so I'll click on Layout 1 button. As you can see, my template rectangles are still there. Now to create the two viewports, I'll use MView command and select two diagonal intersections to create the larger and smaller viewports. But before doing so, I want to make sure that the viewports layer is current. Now I'll double-click inside the smaller viewports, switch to Southeast Isometric View, and pan and zoom to enlarge the solid model. And don't forget to double-click outside the viewport to get back into Paperspace. You must remember that when using Paperspace, the entire drawing should be printed at a scale of 1:1, even though individual viewports can be set to different scales. You can set the scale of the large viewport by selecting it, then clicking on the Properties button, going down to Miscellaneous under Standard Scale, and select the size you want. Once the scale is set, double-click inside the large viewport to gain access pan so that only the 2D drawing is visible. Then double-click outside the viewport to get back into Paperspace. And finally, if you don't want the rectangles to be printed, go to the Layer dialog box and freeze the layer viewports where they are located. The drawing is now complete. If you enjoyed the tutorial and want more, please comment on this video, and I enjoy hearing from you. Thank you for watching.